a lot of times. So pretty much that's how I'm thinking with this one right here is that everybody's going to say how much they love the Lions this week. And it's going to wind up being something that goes to the left for the Lions. But we'll see, though. They'll prove me wrong. That's all it's about, always about. And that's what it's always about, y'all. They're just opinions. It's a game of opinions, like we always say. And it's a sport of opinions. And let's go ahead and see what the opinion is about one of the better games of the week this week, even though they won't tell you that. But I think this is one of the better under-the-radar games this week because we got two of the best rookies that have came into the league in some time now. You got Bijan Robinson, who reminds you of all the great running backs of 30 years ago. And then you got C.J. Stroud, who's just a very, very just magnetic type of player that, is proving his point on the field. It seems like CJ is not doing as much talking as I thought he was going to do in the beginning. He's actually performing and he's just talking with his game. But there's still maturity issues there. A lot of people think that it's all good and well, but there's still a lot of maturity issues there. You can't keep dancing when your team gets holding penalties and things like that after, a big catch and things of that nature. You know that it's coming back. That's one thing that is kind of cracking me up because the guy, it happened in the Colts game. They scored a touchdown, right, Jeff? And pretty much it wasn't a touchdown. It was a holding. But they went and did the whole dance routine in the end zone. And I'm just like, dude, you're losing the game and it's a penalty. Like, does he get it? And then the next week he comes out and he absolutely crushes against the Jaguars, the supposed number one team, the most bet team to win their division this year. And they went out there and treated them like Ohio State used to treat Purdue. So pretty much that was crazy. And then of all teams that you would think that would have just had their day with CJ, no, he literally carved them up and showed all of us that they have one guy that makes this defense go, and that's TJ Watt. That's terrible. We'll talk about that, though, when we get to the Steelers. But the Texans, to me, they played those first two games, and those were games where they had to learn exactly who they were going to be. And then everything clicked in that fourth quarter against the Colts. Like, let's keep it real. Everything came together, and the confidence started. And once you got a guy who like CJ who's confident, then things are going to go very well for you. Now, when it comes down to the Falcons, I know a lot of people are already probably quitting the Falcons at this point. And you know what? I'm going to keep it real with you, Jeff. I actually had the Texans on my Pop DiBiase odds on Sunday that I released. And Jeff saw it too. I had the Texans as the favorite in this game. And then I looked up and they gave the Falcons the 2.5 in this game. It's now down to 1.5. And I think it's going to go down to 1, to be honest with you. So this game is a 50-50. Let's keep it real. And I feel like Atlanta is playing way better football at home. Look at the scenario, Jeff. First two games of the season, they were at home. They played lights out. They played spirited. They played great football. Their coach was calling great plays. Everything was in unison. They go on the road. Everything falls apart. Everything fell apart on the road, straight up, because they just couldn't get with the flow of the road. But sometimes when you have to be the team playing against a team that is playing their first home game of the season, it gets tough. And then when they send you to Europe, of all places, to go against the Jaguars, it gets even tougher. So, I think when it comes down to it, the Falcons bounce back this week, and they absolutely surprise everybody, and they win this game. I got them with the minus 115 going into this game, Jeff.
We bought the hook. We got the Texans +3. But listen, I was born at night, not last night. Hats off, Mr. Was it D'Amico Ryans? Hats off, C.J. Stroud. Hats off to the defense. Stroud has just looked amazing. Stroud has looked amazing. It was the Nico Collins show last Saturday. I gave him out as an anytime touchdown play. Prior to that, Tank Dell. Haven't heard a lot from the backfield with Damian Pierce there. Starting to see a little Singletary. My point is the Texans will be the trendy dog play of the week, guaranteed. My true number was Atlanta -3 with a 41. It's down to 1.5 at the Vegas Strip. It'll be a pick 'em by game time. I will tell you, it'll be the public versus the Sharps, pros versus Joes. The Sharps will be on Atlanta. 2-game losing streak, just coming back from London. Here comes CJ Stroud. Here come the Texans. Look for a hard-fought game. Look for 2 things here. 3 things. Bijan Robinson to score, number 1. It's a broken record. Find Kyle Pitts the damn ball, please. And then, obviously, keep Drake London appeased. Defense, keep away. What was my number? 41 with a 3. I'm going to go 23-20, I think is the final score. Hopefully the Texans plus the 3 cover. But I really think the Falcons will find a way to win this game, Pops.
All right. Sounds good, brother. Sounds good. All right. So with that, we're going to take our first commercial break. And when I get back, we're going to jump into some more early games. So you guys stay tuned.